Yo, y'all, you know I don't give up easy, right? I moved to another part of the house. I came to my office. I wanted to film downstairs, but you know, I don't give up easy. So we back. Now let's see how many people actually actually come back to the live stream. This thing keeps getting cut off, but it's all good. We don't give up easy, Israel.
Are you hiding, Frankie? Oh my.
Not at all. It's still blurry though. Tony White, I see you. Shalom to you. Malak Benjamin of ISUPK, I see you, King. Shalom to you. Yeah, King, Tony White, we're gonna keep this going, man. We don't give up that easy. Now, if the stream stops again, I might not do it again today. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because that'd be 3. But we're gonna try and keep this going because this is an important topic. So do me a favor, family. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you share the video on all your social media. You know, let the people know that we back up. I know it was disappointing. As a matter of fact, you know what? Just bear with me for a second. I'm gonna go to Facebook and I'm going to remove some of those old links that I had, because people will probably try to hit the link and then they won't actually be able to watch the video. So before we get started, just bear with me a couple of seconds, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna delete some of the links that I put for the old video up, and I'm gonna put the new link up, and hopefully this time we'll have better results while I'm waiting for everybody to come back into the chat. I appreciate y'all spending part of your afternoon to talk about this very important topic. I may have to repeat myself a little bit to get back to the point where we were, but it's all good. It's all positive information. So that's what we're going to do. And I hope everybody had a fantastic, peaceful, blessed Sabbath yesterday. For the camps that went out, I pray that the Most High, increase the flock and the fruit that comes into this truth through the teachings that our brothers put out there. I don't know about you where you are, but today it's a beautiful day outside where I am. So as soon as I'm finished doing this, I'm going to go out and get some of that vitamin D from the sun that I so desperately miss when it gets cold. You know what I mean? So just bear with me. Again, like I said, make sure you share this on all your social media sites. I see y'all coming back in slowly but surely. I apologize to everybody that the stream keeps on dropping. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that's happening. Well, the first time it was me. I don't know exactly what happened. It just stopped. One last shot. And if it doesn't work out for me, then that'll be it for today. I thought that this was an important enough topic that I wanted to talk to y'all about it. I know everybody has varying degrees of feelings on this particular topic. Y'all see what the title is. For unity. You have camps that came together yesterday, something that most people wouldn't have thought in a million years would happen. Even myself, I've seen all the videos of brothers going back and forth on YouTube over the years, and so surprised when I saw that brothers came together impromptu. It wasn't scripted, so it wasn't fake. Like brothers just decided to go down there and see those men. And it wasn't even about discussing doctrine so much, because Israel always wants to argue doctrine. A word called arguelites. Israel always wants to debate doctrine, and I don't have a problem with that per se. But what I do have a problem with is that Israel never wants to actually talk about stuff about building either. That's the first thing. And the second thing, I have a problem with the fact that a lot of Israelites will go on social media in a hot second, but when you see unity, you have nothing to say. You know, you look at unity as being something negative. So, you know, I just look at that and I say to myself, I was really impressed that brothers got together and did that. All right. So give me a second, y'all. We're gonna get back to that video and we're gonna get back to that video and we're gonna look at a little bit of that video that we were talking about. Unity is the order of the day in Israel, family. I know for some Israelites that's a problem, but unity is the order of the day. And if you're not about unity with your people, you're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. I'm telling you, you're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. You know, like I said before the live stream actually got cut off, like I was saying before, I'm proud to say that myself, Lions of Israel, AOC, General Hashar, that we're some of the first brothers in Israel to break down certain barriers in Israel. I'll give you some examples, and then we're going to get back to that video. We're going to get back to our conversation. When Captain Tazariak, and shout out to him, when he was going to debate Polite, you know, I was asking a lot of other brothers from other camps, like, are y'all going through? And a lot of brothers were like, nah, they're not going through because UPK is divisive. And I was trying to explain to brothers, I'm like, well, you know, Polite is not just attacking UPK. They may be the people that he's standing in front of on that night at that debate, but he's not actually just attacking UPK. He's attacking the foundation upon which we all stand, which is that Torah, and making mockery of it and our Creator, who we love and reverence and fear and respect. So to me, it was bigger than the ISUPK being divisive or this or that. It was bigger than that. It was about the fact that you attacking my foundation. I'm supporting you. And a lot of Israelites was like, why are we going? Why do we go? But nowadays, Israel is seeing the wisdom in that decision. The same thing happened when Nasi Yashuvel debated Sarah Sutanseti. To me, it was bigger than the fact that Nasi is a Torah-based Israelite. It's bigger than that to me. Because Seti wasn't just attacking Torah-based Israelites. He was attacking all Israelites and the foundation upon which we all stand. So myself, Captain Magun, Captain Bun Yawasap, and AOC, we went out that night and we supported Nasi Yashuvel. And boy, did a lot of New Testament Israelites have a problem with that. Because Israel is all divided, like I was saying before. That's why the Christians are bold. I'm from an era in Israel where the Christians wouldn't dare come up to no daggone camp. They wouldn't dare make no goddamn documentary about Israel. But you know why they made that documentary? Because they were exploiting the fact that a lot of Israelite camps are divided. So that gave them some boldness and some strength, like vocab. If Israel was united, in other words, if vocab saw that when somebody attacked UPK, the Lions of Israel is on it, and somebody attacked AOC, that ISUPK and Lions of Israel is on that, and vice versa, and he wouldn't be so bold. And I think that memo needs to get out to all Israelite camps. Don't think just because they're attacking one camp that they ain't attacking you. Because they're saying none of us are Israelites. They're saying we're all mistaken. See? So unity is the thing nowadays. We're going to get back to the video in a second. I just wanted to talk to y'all. I'm not even looking at the comments right now. I can't see them. I'm just talking to y'all. Unity is the order of the day. So it's a beautiful thing to have seen those brothers in those camps come together and speak like men, like should have been happening over the years. And like I said in the last video, I'm going to say again because it bears repeating. If you don't come from the old one West, if you was not there, and you see brothers divided and they having their issues, before you speak on the issue, make sure that you're properly informed. We're told in the book of Sirach that you have to hear both sides of the matter. And one of the reasons why there's so much division in Israel is because you have people speaking on matters that have nothing to do with you. You wasn't there. And some of y'all have a problem with the fact that camps is coming together. Again, there's differences in doctrines that needs to be talked about. But YouTube is not the place to do it. Facebook is not always the place to do it. Sometimes you got to look a man in his eyes. We got to be men. So I salute those brothers for coming together yesterday on 34th Street. I salute those brothers. I respect Tahar. I disagree with him on quite a few things, but I respect him for all the years that he's put in. And although I've been in Israel for 25 plus years, Tahar has been in longer than me. When I came in, I saw him at the top. I have to respect him for that and for the years he's put in. And whatever disagreements I have with the man when I see him, we'll talk about it. I told Tahar there's certain things he said about me that was not true. He said that I took a break. That's not true. Some nigga left my camp and said it on the internet and cats ran with that. That's not true. That's not true. Look, y'all. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? This is from when I used to have my own video camera in the 90s. Look at this, VHS. I used to have my own video camera in the 90s, okay? And I used to go out to camp and speak in camp in the 90s, and I used to videotape it. I've been trying to find one of those joints at Best Buy where you can convert VHS to DVD, and then I could rip the DVD and make it digital and put it on YouTube. It's a lot of work, and I don't have the time. But family, I got the proof. You know what I'm talking about? Brothers been, hey, shout out to Gorilla Hebrew. He been asking me to put these out for years. Especially brothers that love Bun Lawyer. There's a lot of Bun Lawyer stuff on here for years. All right? But I let that rock. I don't have no beef. I know it's not true. I know I never left the truth. I know I never stopped teaching the doctrine. But I heard it on YouTube. I let it ride. Amongst other things. Because unity is more important than my feelings, family. And so some of you Israelites, you're going to have to get that memo too. I'm going to talk to y'all in a second. We're going to play a little bit of that video again. I'm going to share my screen. Again, thank y'all for sharing some of y'all afternoon with me. Okay. So here we go. This is the brother, the light design, the brothers from the light design. Shout out to the brother Mathath from House of David. This is his channel, Seek Mount Zion. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the brother's channel if y'all haven't already. So the brothers decided to go out to 34th Street to do what men do, and that's talk. Right? Not every brother's on some man stuff. That's the talk. So I respect brothers for doing that. Let's play a little bit of this video. I'm going to start from the beginning. If you were on the last stream that went down, you already saw it, but I'm going to play it. I'm going to play this video from the beginning, and we're going to take it from there. So let's go. I want to say one thing real quick, right? You're going to see, I said it in the last stream, but I'm going to say it again. This brother right here, this brother's name is Kahan. Okay? For those of you that go way, way back, you know his Hebrew name used to be Amawanya, but he changed his name to Kahan over the years. And me and his brother, we came up together as young pups in this truth. All right? And the Most High has blessed and elevated this brother to where now he's leading a large congregation down in Florida. All right? So the Most High has elevated the brother. He's stuck with this man, and now the Most High is bringing forth fruit through his teachings. All right? So you're going to hear Tahar say he goes way back. It's true. His brother goes way back. Many of you don't know the brother, but the brother goes way back. He's definitely an elder in Israel that deserves respect. And really, it was his idea to go down to 34th Street. You know, for many years, people have been trying to get me to go down to 34th Street and talk to GMS. And maybe one day I will when the time comes. You know? But I salute these brothers for doing what they did. Anyway, let's go. You're going to hear Tahar say this brother goes way back. Watch. And I like what he said. If you paying attention to what he said going down there was a stepping stone. Nobody is saying that it's the solution. Nobody's saying that everything now is all hunky-dory and roses and petals and flowers. That's not what we're saying. What he's saying is that he did some man stuff. It's a stepping stone. Like now, if I got a problem with you, I don't have to go on the internet. I could come down there and talk to you like a man. And that's the problem in Israel. A lot of brothers is not on their man stuff, not for real. If you're going to talk about me on social media before you holler at me first, that's not manly. I don't care how you put it. Straight up. I'm going to say something else too, man. This brother's doing a great work. You know, we laugh at these rappers nowadays, right? But there's a rapper called Kodak Black. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about. Some of y'all younger brothers and sisters know what I'm talking about. There's a brother named Kodak Black. These brothers were teaching that brother while he was in prison, and that brother's acknowledging that he's an Israelite, like Kendrick Lamar did. The brother's acknowledging he's an Israelite. So this word is everywhere, and it's shaking the foundation of this earth. Okay, this Israelite movement. You know what I'm saying? And brothers is all over doing this work, man. And the word is out. Everybody knows about us. And that's what makes our enemies. And this is the last thing that our enemies want to see, is that brothers could talk to brothers like men. Now, a lot of people don't know that, you know, you can say what you want to say about Tahar. He know I don't share the same doctrine with him on certain things. He says the same thing to me all the time. 4th Street, and I can speak. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that goes to show that the door is open of communication. We could talk. A lot of y'all don't remember. Let me just change the subject. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to come here for a second. We were talking about this on the other live stream before we got cut off. Y'all see this Maccabees Alliance Council thing that we have going on here? What a lot of y'all don't know, some of y'all that are on Facebook, you do know. What a lot of y'all don't know is that the Maccabees Alliance Council, which consists of these 5 camps and others that are not on here yet, that's going to join soon, along with the Israelite Saints of Christ from Virginia, we went to D.C. the same time that Malik Shabazz was having his debate with Cornel West. We were in D.C. and we had a meeting. And what a lot of y'all don't know is at that meeting, we debated doctrine. So let's not pretend like we don't do that. We do that. We debated doctrine. But the difference between what we did at that meeting and what goes on with other camps is we walked out of there and we left the strife in that room. Brothers was going hard on both sides. But we walked out of there and we didn't hate each other. And we realized that we can work together because we agree on way more than we disagree on. You see what I'm saying? That's the spirit the Most High got going through Israel. Aren't y'all tired of all the division? Aren't you tired of waking up and seeing videos with camps going at each other and all this other crap? I know a lot of y'all are tired. I'm tired. And by the way, it just doesn't happen with the New Testament camps because the Torah-based camps is doing it too. They're fussing and fighting and arguing and bickering too. The only difference is they're not taking it to YouTube as much, but I know about it. It's going on. And like I said before, that's what makes these Kemetic dudes so bold. That's what makes them so bold. Because they come and they try to exploit the differences between the camps. They would never be able to do that if we was united. I'm going to go back to the video in a second. I had a young brother from a camp that's going to remain nameless, right? Who was no longer a member of that camp, but he came to me at this Maccabees Alliance Council that we had in DC. The brother came to me and told me, yo, I've always loved your teaching. I've always loved your camp. He said, but when I was a part of this camp, we wasn't allowed to talk to you. He said, so I used to have to watch the videos in secret. They didn't want us talking to you guys. We weren't even allowed to be friends with you guys on Facebook. And the brother was like, yo, I used to get so mad when I see that them Kemetic dudes like Shaka Amos, these different dudes is coming at you. He said, yo, I wanted to jump in. He said, but I couldn't. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on in some camps. Like I said, I ain't got to call the camp's name, but that's what some camps is doing. Out and teach on 149th Street and 3rd Avenue, you have a camp across the street from us that will not speak to us. We never did nothing to them brothers. They will not speak. They will walk on the same side of the street, walk right in front of our camp, and will not speak to us. I don't even blame the younger brothers. I blame leadership. It's their fault. You see what I'm saying? But the Most High is raising up new leaders in Israel and bring us together and talk about our differences like brothers and sisters, because that's what we're supposed to do. And if you're against that, pray to the Most High, man, to change your spirit. I'm not asking you to compromise on truth. If you stand for a certain doctrine, I'm not asking you to do that. What I'm asking brothers and sisters to do is to learn to be brothers and sisters and stop playing games, man. How could you see Brother Tazariak being attacked by these Kemetic dudes that are attacking both the Old Testament and the New Testament, and you stand on the side because you say it's not your camp? What kind of brother or sister are you? I'm just, this is my opinion. I'm speaking for myself. What type of brother or sister are you? Come on, man. Let's go. A lot of brothers don't know that this brother is part of the reason why this brother Mathaf is in the truth. This brother went down and broke ground in Jamaica. He went and broke ground in Jamaica in the 90s. I remember when brothers went down to Jamaica for the first time with this Israelite thing. I remember that vividly. So this brother's been putting in work for a long time. All right. And I'm going to say this too, and we're going to get back to the video. I said this on the last stream. I'm going to say it again because I deleted the last two streams. So I want to say this so it's for the record. If you are a brother in Israel that have done a certain amount of time in Israel, I'm talking to you brothers that are experienced. Y'all got to stop arguing. I'm blaming you, brothers that are experienced, not even the younger brothers. I'm blaming brothers that are experienced. You got to stop arguing with these brothers on YouTube and Facebook that have been in the truth 5 and 6 years. Stop arguing with them. Stop doing it. You know, and they know they don't know what they're talking about. So if they're coming and tearing you down and saying, oh, if you're not in my camp, you ain't in the truth, just ignore them. You don't look any wiser being on a comment or a post on Facebook where there's 300 comments where y'all going back and forth and getting emotional. What does that do for the nation? It does nothing. And I'm not just saying this, I'm practicing this. I have brothers that say all types of stuff to me, and I just laugh. I say to myself, damn, I don't remember you. You never met none of the elders in your life. Okay? I used to work for Marshall. I used to work for Yeshaya. I used to work for him. Okay? Marshall, who was the head of that whole One West movement, used to come out when myself and Baloya, when we used to work on the oil tables, all right, back in the 90s when the oil thing business was big, and we used to work on the oil tables. Marshall used to come out to 149th Street and 3rd Avenue in the Bronx, and he would sit out there with us for hours, just talking to us like a grandfather, chastising us, consoling us, comforting us, building us up. You know what I'm saying? So we forged a relationship with these elders. We know what they told us to do. We know that Marshall set up that trooper program and told us that when we graduated to go and set up camps and be leaders. We know what he said. So if somebody been in the truth for 5 years and they tell you something different, what do you argue with them for? Did they meet that man? They didn't meet that man. They don't know what the hell they talking about. They wasn't at One West. Why argue with them? If you leave them alone, eventually they'll go away. That's my experience. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go. And another thing, man, these Christians be talking about One West like they was there too. What do y'all know? Like I had to ask that clown, you know who he is. What do you know about that? You made a whole documentary and don't know nothing. And don't know nothing. You see? And you know why stuff like that happens? Because we're divided. That's why. We're divided. And we can't talk to one another. It's sad. All right?
As a young man in Israel, you know, I was always traveling, going to different countries, going to different states. And it's beautiful. There's Israelites all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing to go to a different country, go to a different state and break bread. You know what I'm saying? We all in the same struggle as a nation. But now we got YouTube, so it can reach up to right. All you got to do is need one contact with Haiti, one guy go out, you got YouTube. And people are supposed to listen to Christ. You know? Oh, and I'm going to say this too. We were in the corner, they were quiet, very humble. I was doing it, you know me, I'm not, right? I was kind of cutting him a little bit. I said, what about this Armenian thing? And you know what this brother said was beautiful? We're transitioning.
So see, the truth is about growth. Hope y'all heard that. The truth is about growth. And I'm speaking now specifically to the New Testament Israelites. The truth is about growth. All right? So you can't be in the same place in the knowledge that you were. If you were in this truth for a long time, you shouldn't be at the same place in your understanding 5 and 6 years later that you were 5 years ago. The truth is about growing, about growth, about transitioning, about reading, researching, studying, praying, fasting. God leads you into the path of truth and righteousness. That's what it's about. Okay?
Because all of them said, hey, ISUPKCS. Before the split happened, this was like maybe 6 months before the split. I was teaching on the Monday night class, and Brother Shaw, I agree, Shaw, y'all.
Now, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm going to give y'all the history on this real quick, because what Tahar is about to talk about, and this is, again, not a doctrine, because all Israel doesn't see this doctrine. So I'm not even arguing the doctrine itself. What I'm doing here is I'm going to give y'all a little bit of history so that when you listen to what Tahar is saying, you actually understand what he's saying. Because, again, a lot of brothers, they speak on stuff that you heard and you don't know what took place. So the brother's speaking the truth about some history that took place at One West. That don't know, and I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of history on this. And again, I don't really even too much talk about what happened at One West myself. I haven't said much. I allow everybody else to talk. I don't really say much, but I'm gonna give y'all, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of history today, right? Just a little bit. There was a time at One West before I even came in. For those that don't know, I first saw the camp in 1991, and I joined the ISUPK, the original ISUPK, One West, in 1992. And that's where I met Bun Lawyer. We met online at Yeshaya's class. That's how we met. And I'm gonna do a whole nother live stream on that, because I done heard brothers talking about Bun, and you don't know what you're talking about either. But that's for another day. Before I came into the school in One West, a lot of y'all don't know that One West used to teach that King James was a white man. How many of y'all know that in the 80s they was teaching that King James was a white man? A lot of y'all don't know that. Some of y'all think they was always teaching that he was black. They was not. There was a time when they was teaching he was a white man. And it was Kazak, High Priest Kazak at the time, and Yeshaya, who went into the history and started reading books like Ancient and Modern Britons and Origin of the Anglo-Saxon Race and all these other books where these white authors 100 years ago, like in 1903, 1904, whatever, were writing these books, finding information showing that the true leaders of Scotland and England and stuff, they were black people. So they changed that doctrine right before I came into the school. Okay? The Cornelius thing. At one time, one West taught that Cornelius was an Edomite. All the camps, don't let no camp fool you. All the camps was teaching that Cornelius was an Edomite. All of them. Then sometime around the mid-90s, that's when the revelation came in to certain camps. Again, I'm speaking about certain camps. I'm giving y'all history now. We're not arguing doctrine. I'm giving you history. The middle of the 90s is when that doctrine came in with a lot of the camps that Cornelius was an Israelite. I myself, I'm not going to lie, because Tahara's going to talk about me in the video. He's going to talk about me in the video right now. He's about to mention my name. I don't know why I'm not there, but he's about to mention my name, right? What he's saying is true, though. When that Cornelius thing first came into the school, I didn't see it either. I was like, no, I don't see that. Straight up, that's the history. But eventually, the Most High opened my eyes, and now I do accept the fact that Cornelius was an Israelite. But it took me a long time because Ariel used to drill that stuff in our head that he was Edomite. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So he's going to go into the history of Cornelius and how the school changed the teaching from Cornelius being an Edomite to Cornelius being an Israelite. This is true. All right, here we go. See, what's happening now is that brothers are just talking. And we're just talking. A couple of years ago, this could never have happened. It was too much vitriol, hatred, animosity. So this is a beautiful thing that brothers can sit here and reminisce and talk. If you have a problem with this, if you're more hung up on doctrine and can't see unity and brotherhood as being beautiful in and of itself, check your spirit.
I know him, I got to find videos of him. Anyway, he called me, he said, Tahar, what do you think about Cornelius being an Israelite? Because the high priest Ariel thinks Cornelius is an Israelite. And I hung the phone up on him. And then 6 months later, that's when he had to split. We were teaching classes, and he was openly, his mind was open, he was going to Acts 10. And he said, you know what? Cornelius might be an Israelite. And I kind of looked at him like he was crazy. But I remember what Ariel said. So that was the spirit. Now, if you notice, all them kids, even priest Danyaahla, we used to get on him.
See, there you go. You mentioned me, but it's true.
Yeah, he used to come down here with one lawyer, and we used to always get on the Israelite. And we used to even go on the sermon board until Danyaahla, after a priest lawyer died. He said, "What about from this?" He wouldn't answer. He wouldn't say yes or no. So the last time I got on his live show, he said something. Oh, by the way, Tahar, we now teach that Cornelius is an Israelite.
Let me explain that. Let me explain that since we're going into the history. Let me explain that. Okay. We've been teaching that Cornelius was Israelite since about 2012. All right. But I wouldn't answer the question when GMS used to come to my comment boards. I wouldn't answer the question because I had some brothers in my camp that still couldn't see it. Good brothers that I wasn't leaving behind. They couldn't see it because they came up under the old regime too, and they was holding on to those teachings from the old school. So I didn't want to cause division in my camp. So when these brothers was coming on my comment boards pressing me, I'm like, look, that's not even relevant to salvation right now, as far as I was concerned. So I wouldn't really deal with them on that. You see what I'm saying? But we've been teaching that since 2012. Baloy died in 2012. And a lot of y'all don't know that Baloy and I, which is a whole nother show, we had a lot of conversations, a lot of stuff that y'all think y'all know about the brother, you don't. I was there with the brother when he passed. At his most vulnerable moment in the world, when he passed in transition, I was right there. All right? So there's a lot of things that brothers don't know. There's a lot of things that Baloy was changing his mind on, but he just never said. He told me, but he just never said. But that's another show. Let's go.
When you read Acts 10 chapter, when you read another nation, the word translates into another tribe.
All right. Anyway, you know, we could go on and on because now brothers are just going to go into a whole bunch of scriptures. I really don't want to get too involved in that. I really don't want this live stream to be too long. But I just wanted to show brothers that this was a beautiful moment of brothers coming together and speaking like men. There's another point in the video I did want to get to. I'm gonna see if I can find it, and just bear with me for a second. It's another point in the video I wanted to show y'all. In the meantime, family, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to Maccabeestv. This is our sister station right here, Sisters of the Maccabees. The sisters are doing a great job, like I said before. You know, sisters is coming on here, dropping a lot of information, especially about health, women's health. You know, it's really important, man. So make sure that y'all subscribe and support our sisters. And the next time that you hear somebody say something about the Israelite women, just drop this link on their wherever they are. Just drop this link on them, and they'll shut up. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the chat real quick. I'm gonna put this in the chat. For anybody that wants to subscribe, make sure y'all subscribe to that channel, okay? It's really important. So now I uploaded, I actually fast forwarded the video a little bit. This is Elder Bunyamin, all right, of the house of David as well. Very, very good brother, you know what I'm saying, who I have nothing but the highest regard for. And I always tell brothers I consider Bunyamin to be one of my elders. This brother has a beautiful spirit about him. If you've ever met him, you know I'm not lying. And so to see him out on 34th Street with these brothers, after I've seen videos where these brothers have cursed him the hell out, if he could do it, if he could put that aside, if I could put aside my feelings about certain things that have been said about me, you saw Tahar just talked about me, right? If I could put my feelings aside for the purposes of some sort of unity, for the purposes of knocking down some doors where we could talk to each other, some of you brothers and sisters that's against it really need to check your spirit, especially if nothing has ever been said personally about you. Like I tell brothers in my camp all the time, a lot of brothers have grudges and stuff. Nothing has ever been personally said about you. Your name has never been called. You don't know what it's like to wake up and see your name in a title of a video that you don't know nothing about. You see what I'm saying? We know about these things. And if we could forgive, hell, if you believe in the New Testament, what did Yahweh Shah said? Forgive our trespasses, right? As we forgive those that trespass against us. We want the Most High to forgive our trespasses. Before we came into this knowledge of being Israelites, we all trespassed against the Most High. We broke the laws. We was doing idolatry, adultery, witchcraft, everything else. We was doing all that, right? And the Most High forgave us. But now our brother offends us and we can't forgive him. Like we holding grudges for 2 and 3 decades, which is madness. Yahweh Shah, Christ said, except you be as little children, you shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. That goes on many, many levels. One thing children will do, if you have multiple children, you know what I'm talking about. Children will be fighting 1 minute, and the next minute they sitting down and they playing with each other. They don't hold grudges. Adults hold grudges. Most High is not looking for that, because the Most High hasn't held a grudge against us, y'all. Straight up. Elder Bunyamin. I'm gonna let him go.
Second Timothy 4:6. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand.
So Paul was saying, departure is at hand. So Paul was enforcing and strengthening the brothers to keep the faith.
I have fought a good fight.
Paul said, I fought a good fight. He fought a good fight to the end. That good fight to the end.
I have finished my course.
So Paul said, I have finished my course. What was this course? To do the job that the Most High tempted to do from the beginning. And he finished his course to the end. He kept the faith. Read on.
I have kept the faith.
He said, I've kept the faith. Kept the faith to the end, brothers. Don't lose that faith. This faith is going on, brothers. Keep the faith. We're going home.
And that's why we get on a lot of these guys. I'm sorry. That's why we get on a lot of these guys, old school guys like Lahab and Josiah and them. But they didn't keep the faith, man. Now Lahab is coming back. He's doing videos. But he's trying to go on. He's saying that there's certain Gentiles that's going to make it. He left the faith.
Now, let me say this about Lahab today. I don't know, the spirit is just moving. I'll give you a lot of history. Lahab's class, for those of y'all that don't know, Lahab was one of the 7 elders of World West when I came in. All right. Lahab is today, he's a Christian. Let's just call it what it is, right? But his class was the first class I ever went to. So, I don't know why. I guess it's because of Maccabeestv. I don't know why. Lahab came to my camp looking for me out the blue. I haven't seen this man since, 1994. Yo, he showed up at my camp. Just happens to be a day where I didn't go for whatever reason. I don't remember why I wasn't there that day. But he showed up at my camp looking for me. Called me All right, no problem. Saying Lahab want to speak to me, whatever. I kind of swept it under the rug. Like maybe 2 or 3 months later, I'm at the gas station, maybe about 4 or 5 blocks from where my camp is. And who's there guzzling gas? Lahab. Now, this is one of the men that taught me. And now he's a Christian for whatever reason. Anyway, he showed up and he saw me, so we started talking. And I don't know if he thinks I'm the same guy I was 25 years ago when I was freaking 19 years old, but he started coming with his doctrine and treat me like a son, so I had to correct him on certain things he was saying out the scriptures. And I challenged him like, yo, we could sit down and we could have a conversation, but I want you to understand that, I'm holding fast to this doctrine. And so what Tahar is saying is correct. How could you be mad at that? We're supposed to hold on to this doctrine until the end. Our Lord, if you believe in the New Testament, said if a man put his hands to the plow and turn back, he's not fit for the kingdom. He's not fit for the kingdom. All right, so you got to do this until the end, period. No turning back, no matter what.
See, when you got to stay with this thing from the time you come in till the time you die. You got to stay with this thing. You got to come on one level and be on that same level, man. You can't change. You can't meddle not with them. You can't change. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
See what Paul said? Henceforth, there is laid up for him what? A crown of righteousness.
There you go, brother.
All right, a crown of righteousness.
Like Ezra, read on. Did not Ezra see a vision with the Irish placing crowns on the heads of the elect? There you go. Yeah, it is, man. Right? Henceforth, no, they were lying. They were lying, right? No, they were telling the truth, man. Read on. Come on, man. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me all that day, and not in me only, but unto all them also that love his appearance.
That's us. That's following this work. That's doing this work now. Because we were back then, but we here now doing it now. We here in the flesh now. So Paul is speaking for himself and for us now. All right. So that crown is there for us. A crown of righteousness.
Crown of righteousness.
Not no crown that's going to be decay or destroyed. A crown is going to be everlasting, forever, forever.
Read on. And that's a literal crown.
That's a literal crown.
That's right. Right. Do thy diligence to come shortly unto me. For Demas has forsaken me, having loved this present world.
Right, because he forsaken Paul, he loved the world. And that's the scripture, love not the world or the things of the world. That's that. That's what Paul was showing us, brother. Keep that faith to the end, brother. And I said, no matter what you go through in life, you gotta keep that faith.
That's right.
You might lose your job, lose your woman, no matter what. Keep the faith, brother. You know what I mean?
Lose your life.
You might lose your life. And I said, and I always thought that scripture.
Now, how many Israelites is ready for that? That's real talk. You might lose your life for this truth, because that time is coming. Okay? That time is coming. The prophets, they went through that. The apostles and disciples, they went through that. We're living in the time of the book of Acts all over again, if you believe in the New Testament, where your faith is going to be tested. So we as Israelites have no business being all splintered up and divided up so badly to the point where we can't talk to one another. This is real talk. Salute to these brothers for this, man. Salute to them. I'm gonna let Bunyamin finish, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Intro. She said that. Don't slay me. Don't slay me. That's our favorite integrity. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep it, bro. Keep pushing it, brother. Hey, that's why. Hey, beautiful, brother. Hey, elder. I'm gonna say that. Hey, but you know what? One of the main reasons why we out here in the streets is because anybody can come get us, man. What if I'm gonna sit there because of the scripture. Whether he did or not, so what? We still gonna be out here, man.
Now that's important. What he just said. I had to stop it because that's important. What he just said. Remember, Polite started off debating UPK, right? That's how we started. But then one thing led to another. Next thing you know, this dude is talking about he's going to send the Bloods and Crips down to 34th Street to get these dudes. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, you may say, well, it's because they said this, it's because they said that. But you got to look at it more from a spiritual standpoint. If he feel like he could do that to one camp, then if he find an issue with something your camp teaches, he's going to do it to your camp too. That's how you have to really look at stuff. You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at stuff. So that's why I'm saying that I have to have the lines of communications open with different camps and different brothers. If I got a problem with something you're teaching, if I got a problem with your doctrine, I'll tell you. And if brothers have a problem with mine, they'll tell me. But we're going to be men about this thing. All right? We have to be men about this thing. Now, I'm going to play a little bit more, then we're going to pretty much end the live stream. I don't want to keep going.
Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast without haste.
So anyway, I'm going to come to the comment board and see what's going on over here. I haven't really been looking. Uzziah Yahweh, I see you. Shalom to you. Warrior Lord, I see you. Shalom to you. Tribe Judah, I see you. Shalom to you. Coco, beware. You know what I'm saying? Shalom to you. Soldier, salam to you. You know? Coming back to what I was showing y'all earlier, that's what this is about. And that's why I said before, which is a whole nother movement outside of what the video you're just watching. When we came together, we didn't pussyfoot with each other. We was talking about doctrine. But the caveat was, the agreement was that we're not leaving this room unless we leave this room as brothers, even though we're going to discuss doctrine. And that was something that was not been done in Israel by nobody. When people disagree with doctrines, they're going to make a video on YouTube first before they go to the man, or they're going to make a post on Facebook before they go to the man. You see what I'm saying? That's what this is about. That's why what we're doing here is so important. August 27th. A lot of y'all think that I'm just pushing this just to push this. No. You know why we having this workout challenge August 27th? It brings Israel together. All of us need to take care of our temple better. All of us could use health advice. All of us. So while we're coming together and we're eating and we're enjoying performances and music, right? We're also coming together as brothers. There's going to be friendly competition between the camps. But at the end of the day, we're going to lead as brothers. Isn't that what Israel said they want? I'm proud to have been one of the brothers that was at the forefront of this, going back, like I said, to that Tazaryak debate, when it wasn't popular. Going back to that Nasi debate, when brothers is like, how could you go out there and support that brother? Because they're coming against the Torah, and I believe in the Torah too. So I got a problem with it. Come on, man, Israel, let's go. The world doesn't want to see us come together. So we have to do that in some semblances of way. At least the lines of communication between the elders and leadership has to be open. And some brothers and some camp leaders have to be brave enough that when it's not popular to be like, I don't care what popular opinion says. I'm going to deal with those brothers on a certain level. I'm Captain Tazaryak. That's what I love about that brother. I can sit down with that brother and he'll tell me his reasons why he think I should come back and join ISUPK. And I can tell him the reasons why I do what I do and what elders gave me permission to do what I do, who gave me my authority, whatever. We could talk about that, but then we still united. He's at all our events. I'm at all his events. You see what I'm saying? He acknowledges me, I acknowledge him. He make a call like, yo, Dan, I need this. I do it. I make a call like, yo, Cap, I need this. He do it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't know. I said this before, and I told Tazaryak this. I went to their Passover. What's this, 2017? I went to their Passover in 2015. I believe it was 2000. I went to their Passover. I'm talking about UPK. And I didn't know what to expect because, you know, y'all see the model, which I did a video on that, right? I think 2 videos ago, I touched on that with Tazaryak. Y'all see the model. And so I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. I'll go back to it. So I did a video. So I went to their Passover in 2015. I didn't know what to expect. I went there with one of the elders in my camp, Danyaahla, and we sat down in a corner in the room, in a little corner. So I said to myself, I'm just going to come in. I'm here to support Tazaryak. I ain't really going to say much because I already know. And you'll be surprised how many brothers came all the way across the room to greet and show love. You'd be surprised. I was surprised because I didn't expect that. And it goes to show that the works that we're doing, people see it and they respect it. And so that made me change my opinion on certain things when it came to those brothers, that it's not everybody in their camp that's divisive. It's just not. It's some brothers, but it's not everybody. So you be brothers with the brothers that want to be brothers. And the brothers that don't want to be brothers, let them be. And don't get in your feelings. That's what I be trying to tell brothers. You see? So big up to that brother. Big up to UPK. You know, big up to all the camps that have the spirit at least to talk and be, you know what I'm saying, and have some semblance of open lines and communication with each other. And for the camps that's not there, my question to you is, what are you scared of? He talks to one of us that they may leave you. You know, you're trying to build your empire. Is that what it is? Well, I could tell you from Lines of Israel, we're not really on a membership campaign. We're not looking to have everybody join our camp. We're not with that. So you don't have to worry about brothers, us trying to get some of your members. We're not looking for a whole bunch of members, man. I want to keep a nice, small, compact camp that runs well, efficiently, and gets the words of the Most High out as efficiently as possible, minus all the BS and the politics that happens in some of these larger camps. So I'm good on membership. Like you said, you got to be the right fit for us anyway. So you don't have to worry about that. You know, if that's what you're worried about. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what's going on with Israel over here. To a lot of y'all for hanging out with me this afternoon. I appreciate y'all. Tribe of Judah, I see you. Shalom. Hey, Coco, beware. I see your comment. You said I'm a good historian on King James. First of all, I want to say the water to you for that. But that's because the conscious community and the Israelite community has put your brother in a box. Like, I have so many other PowerPoints that I want to do, historically speaking now, that I haven't had a chance to give because people just want me to keep talking about that. Like, I have a whole PowerPoint on what's called textual criticism. Uzziah Howard Shalom King, I see you. I have a PowerPoint I want to give on called textual criticism. I've said this on many live streams, but I will continue to say it ad nauseum. If you're holding a Bible in your hand, the history of how you got it, then you need to study. If you believe in the King James Bible, specifically King James onlyites, I'm talking to you. If you don't know the history of the revisions of the KJV, because the KJV has been revised several times. These are facts. If you don't know the history of the revisions of the KJV, but you saying the KJV is, you know, brothers be sometimes, we can't be parrots, brothers. Okay? And I'm just talking specifically about what the brother said. We can't be parrots. Don't parrot stuff because you hear brothers saying it. Know it for yourself. Okay? So the KJV was revised 8 times. A lot of brothers, when I say that, brothers' eyes like, I didn't know. Yeah, I know, because brothers don't go into this stuff. But what were the revisions? Because you will have somebody that's Kemetic, let's say, that hates the Bible, that's going to come and hit you with that point. Well, you know, your Bible was revised, and they think that they're deep. Oh, they think that they're deep. They didn't do no research either on the subject, but they'll catch you out there because you didn't research the subject. So I have a lot of PowerPoints on these things. So now I know what brothers are saying. Brothers is like, well, why was it revised? I gave this in some lectures before. You probably haven't seen them. They're on my channel, Priest Danyaahla Uncut. But I'm going to tell y'all. Look up Gothic print. Gothic print. The original KJV was printed in what's called Gothic print, which is very hard to read. So one of the revisions of the KJV was they had to go back in and change the print type to fonts or letters that were more easily readable for the average person. So they moved away from Gothic print to other prints. That's one revision. Second revision, the English language has gone through many transformations. The spelling of words have changed. There was a time where color was spelled C-O-L-O-U-R. Today it's C-O-L-O-R, right? So as the English language progressed and advanced, they had to go in and revise the spelling to reflect the standardized English, which is a whole nother study. Israel, English was not always a standardized language. At one point, there was no rules for spelling. So people spelt words 50 different ways, the same word. So you got to go research when did English spelling become standardized, and understand that's another one of your revisions. So what am I showing you? The underlying word of God was never revised, but the English language, which went through transformations, caused them to have to revise the text to reflect the advances in the language. Also, another revision, I'm just going off the top of the head now, no notes. The guy that put together the first Bible, the first one, he did it by himself. Do y'all know how many words are in that KJV? Do y'all know how many words? Look it up. I'm not going to do your homework for you. Look it up. Hundreds of thousands of words in the KJV. One man. So y'all know what happened, right? He spelled some of the words wrong. So they had to go back in and fix it, the spellings. That's another revision. Never actually changing the underlying text. So I have a whole PowerPoint on this stuff, but I just don't get a chance to give it because Israel wants me to always talk about King James. So I talk to y'all about King James. No problem. I'm a servant of the people. So whatever y'all want, I give y'all. You see what I'm saying? That's it. Anyway, I'm about to sign off. I'm about to sign off, family. I don't want to make this, I don't want to go on all day. It's a nice day. I want y'all to enjoy the day, and I want to enjoy the day as well. So with that being said, let's just do a little business real quick. With your brother this afternoon. I was supposed to have a guest on today. I do apologize to the brother. The reason why I'm rambling on, for those of y'all that think I'm rambling on, the reason why I'm doing it is because I was supposed to have a guest today, and he was actually supposed to come on at noon, and I overslept, and the brother had an appointment, so he wasn't able to come on. I had a brother coming on to give us a powerful PowerPoint. I think it's really important, Israel. Let me stop sharing my screen. I'll come back in a second. I think it's important, Israel, that we know there's certain things that we need to know. And so the brother is really good when it comes to the history of the Near East history. And Near East history is something, if you read the Bible, you need to know. Make us as Israelites mythological in history. That's another problem. They're trying to say as though we never existed. You have what is known as a movement, which I gave a lecture on this on one of my channels, called biblical minimalism. That's a movement, all right? And these guys are intent on proving that the people in the Bible never existed, amongst many other things. And so, the brother was coming on with some Near East history so that we can have some primary sources to validate some of the things that it is that we say. Because if we can't substantiate the things that we say, we're really no different than Christians. All right. Part of the tenets of our belief is faith. Faith is definitely an important component of what it is that we do. But there is enough available evidence for us to prove certain things about ourselves historically, archaeologically, anthropologically. So if those things are available, we need to have those references, those sources, and use them. That's why I have that library behind y'all. That's just a piece of it. That's just a piece. I have about 500 books. All right. You have to be able to prove certain things. So I had a brother coming on that was actually going to give us some Near Eastern history. Most I will, if possible, I'll invite the brother back next week. Okay. So with that being said, let's just take care of a little business real quick, and then we're going to end the live stream. Once again, this is the sister station to Maccabeestv. I'm going to put the link inside the chat. If you haven't subscribed already, family, please make sure you subscribe to the Sisters of the Maccabees. We cannot allow the Kemetic community and other communities to tell us what's going on with our sisters. All right. We have a lot of wonderful sisters with a lot of great gifts and talents that are sharing them with the Israelite communities on this channel. So let's support them. Let's hit that subscribe button. But more important, hit the bell that gives you a notification every time a video is uploaded so that you can know. All right. Very important. The reason why some of y'all come on the live stream as soon as I go live is because y'all hit that bell. So you get a notification every time we drop something. All right. So make sure we support our sisters of the Maccabees. Shout out to all the sisters that have been on the channel supporting. Okay. Once again, August 27th, the annual Macfest. It used to be the Lions of Israel Cookout, but because we've been unifying days and other thing with other camps, we decided to make this the Macfest. We're going to have food there. We're going to have performances. How Music will be performing. Danyaahla from I Am Israel will be performing. Ephraim Magun will be performing. If you got music and you want to come through and perform, you could do that. Everybody that wants to participate in the workout challenge, all right, come through. It's $50 a man. It takes all. You're going to have pull-up competition, push-up competition, dip competition, and a curl competition. All right, the man that places highest in all 4 categories is the winner. He takes the pot. He can donate it to his camp, or he can keep it for himself. It's up to him. You see what I'm saying? But if you want a team, you have to have 4 men on your team. Real important, all right? Now, what's been happening is that the sisters been hitting me up saying, well, we kind of want to get our temples together too. So we're working on something. I'm going to come back to y'all with that. They're not going to be doing what the men is doing. They ain't going to be doing pull-ups and dips and all stuff like that. But we're working on some stuff for the sisters to do as well. So if you're a sister and you into taking care of your temple and you want to come out and compete in the spirit of sisterhood with your sisters, again, the winner takes all for their pot, for their camp, whatever, you sisters come through. We're going to set something up for y'all as well. Right? We're going to have a good time. And I said this on the last live stream, and I'm pretty much going to end with this. So many people have been saying positive things about what we're doing, that this is something that I may do twice a year. Like we're doing it when it's warm inside the park, but we may also do one when it's cold, like rent out like a gym somewhere, something like that. And like in a school or somewhere like that that's renting out, and have something like this inside of a gymnasium, like in January or February, right before the new year comes in. I'm not talking about the white man's new year. I'm talking about our new year. Right before our new year comes in, where Israel could come through and you can join the competition. And I'm going to tell y'all why it's important, why this is important. This is important because, like I said before, if you just go to the gym just to go to the gym, you may not go. Straight up and down. You may not go. What a competition does is it kind of forces you to go to the gym because there's a date that you have to be ready by. Like if you see these bodybuilders, even though bodybuilding is off, that goes back to the Greeks. But these dudes have a certain date where the Mr. Olympia contest is coming up. So they have to be in the gym training every day so that they could be in shape or whatever on the day of the competition. The same thing happens in that strongman competition that y'all see on ESPN every year, the World's Strongest Man competition. These dudes is constantly training. They have to train because there's a date. Some of us working out is not intrinsic. It doesn't come from within. So you need something to push you. That's part of the reason why we're doing this, because now you have a date. You don't want to show up at the Macfest and be in the competition and you can't do 10 push-ups and you can't do 10 pull-ups. That makes sense? So it's kind of forcing you to go to the gym. That's why we'll put this out there. Everybody that's in this competition is a winner. There is no losers. If you train, you already won. You're taking care of your body. And there's no scripture in the Bible that tells you you should not train, you should not do pull-ups. That scripture that brothers is quoting that says bodily exercise profiteth little is not telling you that you should not take care of your temple. And lastly, we went over this before at the beginning of the, make sure, family, that y'all join the Healthy Hebrews group here on Facebook. I'm getting a whole bunch of messages here on my Facebook, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Hebrews group on Facebook, okay? GMS Sharmath, shalom to you. GMS Rebuker and Temper, shalom to you. Seek Mount Zion, shalom to you. Big up for that. I appreciate what y'all brothers did down there on 34th Street. That's what it's about. Malak Benjamin, Saint of ISUPK, shalom to you. Chief Holiday, you already know it's all love. Israel is all love. And the last want to see is us talking like men. That's the last thing that they want to see. But I got news for them. It's going down. It's going down. You see what I'm saying? And there's nothing they could do to stop it. Straight up and down. The victory is already decided. The scriptures already tell us the victory is already decided. You see what I'm saying? The outcome is already decided. Israel's going to win and everybody else is going to lose. Siegel said in that movie State Property, either get down or lay down. It's either one of the two. Straight up and down. Either get down with this Israelite movement or in due time you're going to get laid down. Through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. So with that, I'm about to sign off, family. I appreciate everybody, you know what I'm saying, like I said, coming through. I'll be back with another live stream. Yeah, GMS Rebuker and Temper, that's right, the breaches are being closed. Brothers is doing man things now. Men is talking like men, like we supposed to. And that spells trouble for these nations that hate Israel. They better recognize they in trouble now. All right. I said before, I'm gonna say again in closing that it's a shame when you got two camps teaching pretty much in the same area, and one camp is not allowed to even say shalom to the other camp. That's going on in Israel, right where we teach. That's a shame. Brothers should be ashamed of themselves for that. All right. It's a shame when you got men that are members of camps that secretly come in my inbox, because I'm gonna tell you something. I got brothers from every camp in Israel in my inbox asking me for information. That's a fact. But some of them will say, well, don't tell leadership I'm talking to. I'm like, I won't. If that's home to you, if that's where you want to worship and fellowship and be brothers with, you ain't got to come out and tell brothers you're talking to me. As my brother, if there's some information that you need, I'll give it to you. And nobody ever has to know that I gave it to you. You see what I'm saying? But you got brothers that have to secret, like Nicodemus. If you believe in the New Testament, when you read St. John chapter 3, verse 1, it tells you that Nicodemus went to Christ by night. Because it wasn't popular for him to go to speak to Christ in the daytime. The Pharisees wasn't having it. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing is going on in Israel now. You can't talk to me in public because your leaders might not like it, which is stupid. But I love Israel all the same because the Most High is going to move cats out the way that's on that spirit. Your kingdom is not in jeopardy with lines of, I'm speaking from my camp now. Your kingdom that you're going to set up for yourself is not in jeopardy. Trust me. I'm not looking for new members. The men that the Most High wants to be part of Lines of Israel is coming through the channels in the right way, and they coming through. I'm not looking to take your men. Straight up. With that, Israel, I'm going to say shalom to y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Peace and safety to y'all. I'll be back in a week with some new stuff on Maccabeestv. Family, please make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to Maccabeestv. That's it. Peace out.